Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are new, hello, welcome. I'm Lydia and this is Vintage Nectarines. So today I have another installment of my Clue-inspired board game for my TBRs, and this is May's TBR. I'm very excited about it. So May is going to be an extremely busy month because my daughter's play is the 13th and 14th of May. So that week leading up to it, she has Tech Week because she is the stage manager. And so I chose this month to pick 2 rereads based off of the prompts that I got for my game. But they're both reads that I haven't read in a while, and I'm actually really excited to reread them. So let's jump into it. I have footage of me rolling and then selecting my books, and then I will chat about it. I'll see you back in just a minute. So I decided to do this month's TBR video a little bit differently, and I just went ahead and put in the footage of me rolling so you guys got to see the prompts that I selected. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what I chose and give you the synopsis of each of them. So as you saw, my first roll was for Mr. Green, and the prompt I got for that was to read a classic. And I picked The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame, and I'm really excited to read this. I have this beautiful, I think this is like one of the Barnes & Noble, the Barnes & Noble illustrated classics. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm super excited to reread this, and I will be rereading it the week of Tech Week since I already know the story. And I do believe there's also an audiobook version of this, so I could also listen to it while I'm in the car. And I'm sure the kids would enjoy listening to it as well. My second roll was Mrs. White, which is People, Places, and Things, and the prompt I selected was a book where the main characters are children, and it is my second reread of the month, and it is the Book of Elsewhere, The Shadows by Jacqueline West. I have not read this book in a very long time, but I really like it. It says, "This house is keeping secrets. Be careful where you look." So it says, when 11-year-old Olive moves into the crumbling old mansion on Linden Street, she's right to think there's something weird about the place, especially the walls covered in creepy antique paintings. But when she finds a pair of old-fashioned glasses in a dusty drawer, she discovers the most peculiar thing yet. She can travel inside these paintings to elsewhere, a world that's strangely quiet and eerily sinister. Olive soon finds that Elsewhere has secrets to hide, and the most annoying of them is Morton, a small boy with a big temper. As he and Olive form an uneasy alliance, Olive finds herself caught in a plan darker and more dangerous than she could have imagined, confronting a power that wants to be rid of her by any means necessary. It's up to her to save the house from the shadows before the lights go out for good. For fans of Ronald Dahl and Neil Gaiman comes a tale at turns haunting, moving, and darkly funny, and best if read with a flashlight under the sheets. Shh. I truly love this story, and I'm very excited to jump back into Olive's world and give it another reread. This book also has beautiful illustrations in it. It is one of my favorite spooky time reads, but I'm kind of excited to read it right now. So yeah, I'm also going to be trying to read this book the week of Tech Week for my daughter, because I already know the story, so it shouldn't be hard. And my puppy is whining and wants to go out. He followed me in here when I came out to record this video, but he no longer wants to be out here. He was sleeping very quietly next to me for a minute there, but now he's outside. My third role was Colonel Mustard, and the prompt I got was start a series. And I am going to be reading The Secret Book and Scone Society by Ellery Adams. I have had this book on my shelf forever, and I have picked it up numerous times and read a few chapters, and then for whatever reason, gotten distracted or, felt like reading something else and put it down. And so I'm super excited to read this. Ellery Adams is an amazing cozy murder mystery author. And I can't wait to actually start this. I believe there are 3 books in this series, and I think this series takes place in North Carolina. And it says, strangers flock to Miracle Springs, hoping the natural hot springs, 5-star cuisine, and renowned spa can cure their ills. If none of that works, they often find their way to Miracle Books, where, over a fresh-baked comfort scone, they exchange their stories with owner Nora Pennington in return for a carefully chosen book. That's Nora's special talent, prescribing the perfect novel to ease a person's deepest pain. So when a visiting businessman reaches out for guidance, Nora knows exactly how to help. But before she can keep their appointment, he's found dead on the train tracks. Stunned, Nora forms the Secret Book and Scone Society, a group of damaged souls yearning to earn redemption by helping others. To join, members must divulge their darkest secret, the terrible truth that brought each of them to Miracle Springs in the first place. Now, determined to uncover the truth behind the businessman's demise, the women meet in Nora's cozy bookstore, and as they untangle a web of corruption, they also discover their own courage, purpose, and a sisterhood that will carry them through every challenge, proving it's never too late to turn the page and start over. Anyone who loves novels that revolve around books will savor this tasty treat. So this book is intriguing to me on so many levels. It feels like it runs in a very similar vein to the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, which is about a group of people from the island of Guernsey during World War II who create this secret book club to pass the time on the island. But it also feels like it has the kind of similarities to the Friday Night Knit Club, which is about a group of women who come together and knit and bond over their pasts and their futures. And I love that. And I absolutely love that it's about books because I love books. And so the fact that this woman can pick the perfect book for you is very intriguing. But then of course there's a murder mystery. And so I'm very excited. I am thinking that I will try to film a Freaky Friday fiction for this, even though it is a cozy murder mystery. I think it would be a great one to do that with. And I'm super excited to jump into it. So yeah, so that is a book I'm definitely looking forward to this month. My fourth role got me Colonel Mustard again, which is of course the difficult category. And from there I was selected to pick a secondary category, which I was super excited about because I haven't gotten to do that very much. And so my secondary category was the conservatory, and I was to pick a book with a haunted forest or garden, I believe. Yes, haunted garden or forest. And you guys, I'm so excited. So earlier this year, Rachel and I buddy read House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron A. Craig. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. I'd never read any of Erin's books before. I'd never even heard of her before. That book was amazing. It's a dark retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. So good. But after reading it, I was like, what else has Erin written? And I found Small Favors at my local bookstore, Auntie's, and instantly was like, yep, I'm buying that. So this one I think will be perfect for the haunted forest or garden, because on the back it says, enter not the forest deep, beyond the bells the dark fiends keep. So it says, the heart's desire always comes with a price. Ellery Downing is waiting for something to happen. Life in isolated Amity Falls, surrounded by an impenetrable forest, has a predictable sameness. Her days are filled with tending to her family's beehives, chasing after her sisters, and dreaming of bigger things, while her twin, Samuel, is free to roam as he wishes. Early settlers fought off monstrous creatures in the woods, and whispers that the creatures still exist keep the Downings and their neighbors from venturing too far. When some townfolk go missing on a trip to fetch supplies, a heavy unease settles over the falls. Strange activities begin to plague the town, and the seasons change. It's clear that something is terribly wrong. The creatures are real, and they're offering to fulfill the residents' deepest desires, however grand, for a small favor. These seemingly trifling demands, however, hide sinister intentions. Soon, Ellery finds herself in a race against time to stop Amity Falls, her family, and the boys she loves from going up in flames. Small Favors is a mesmerizing and chilling novel about dark wishes and dreams, and what lurks in the shadows of the people you think you know. Oh my gosh. So excited. And again, look at this cover. You guys, I have shown so many books lately that have just amazing covers. Like, the cover art is phenomenal. I'll have to pop in a picture of House of Salt and Sorrows here, because the cover for that book was also beautiful. And I still, like, that is one of my favorite books I've read so far this year. I cannot wait to read this one. I think I might try to film a Freaky Friday fiction for this one as well, because it sounds like it's gonna be a little bit creepy. And I'm excited. So I'm really happy for this one. And then last but not least, you didn't see me roll for this, but my buddy read this month for Rachel, we got Mrs. White, which is of course People, Places, and Things, and the prompt we received for that, a book with multiple characters, and we selected Seasons of Chaos, which is book number 2, El Casimino in the Seasons of the Storm series, and I am so excited to read this. Seasons of the Storm was one of my absolute favorite books from last year. Still love it and recommend it to everybody. So I'm really excited to see how it wraps up. The back of it says, go back to your beginnings for the answers you seek. Find those missing pieces, breathe deeply, and remember the lion that you are. But be mindful, broken teeth can be sharper than we realize. So I'm not going to read the blurb on the inside because it does have a little bit of spoilers that would give away what happened in the first book. But if you guys have not read this series, run right now to any local bookstore and pick it up. It is so good, and I cannot wait to see where it goes, because there was definitely a cliffhanger at the end of the last one, but I was also like, okay, where exactly is this story going to lead? I'm very excited. This will be my first read of May, as we're set to start it on May 1st, and I'm really excited. So fingers crossed I enjoy it as much as the first one. Our last buddy read that was in a series was Bonecryer's Dawn, and I didn't like that one as much as Bonecryer's Moon, so I'm really hoping that I like book 2 of this series better. So thank you so much for joining me. That is my May TBR. Stay tuned. I do hope to have my April reading wrap up soon, and hopefully lots of things on the channel. So thanks for hanging out with me today. You know what to do. If you liked this video, please hit that subscribe button if you'd like to stick around for more content, and I will see you very soon.